welcome back to my channel. Today is Monday, December 6th, and it is the first day of Cozy-a-thon. If you watched my video, my holiday readathon TBR video, I will have told you all about the 2 readathons that I'm going to be doing for this vlog and everything I plan on reading and everything like that. So if you're interested, go and, check out that video. I'll leave a link up above somewhere. But I'm going to start off with the group read for Cozy-a-thon. So I'm going to be reading, was it Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. So I'm going to start by reading this book, and it's 264 pages, so I might actually be able to read it all tonight, or I'll definitely be able to read it tomorrow. Cozy-a-thon is the 6th through the 12th, and Merry and Bright are the 9th through the 15th. So this vlog is just going to cover December 6th all the way to December 15th, and I will just be talking about all of the books that I'm going to be reading and see if I can. I believe there's 7 books total on my list to read in, like a week and a half, so we'll see if I can do it, but I don't know. But, keep watching the video to find out if I can read all 7 books. Hey everyone! Happy Tuesday and day 2 of Cozy-a-thon. So I started reading Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I'm currently 72% of the way through. It says I have about like an hour and 20 minutes left to read, so I will definitely be getting this finished tonight, which I'm super excited about. I'm really enjoying it. Like, the 2 main characters are just like, they're so sweet, and they're like similar but complete opposites at the same time. So we have Stella, who's like this goth girl who just got out of prison. She was in there for like 4 years because, well, let's just say she's bad at choosing friends. And one of like her best friend that she grew up with, convinced her to commit this crime. And Stella takes complete, she's like, I totally did this. I deserve to be in prison. But at the same time, would she have ended up that way if she didn't have a really bad friend? Choose your friends wisely. That's the message here. Choose your friends wisely, because they can lead you down the wrong path. And then we have Aiden. He is this really super happy, cheery, Christmas-loving, 6-foot-tall hunk of a man who wears bow ties. He's the store manager for Vivant, which is this really expensive upscale department store in New York. And he ends up hiring Stella to be the window dresser. So she's supposed to design the displays that are in the windows of the department store. They kind of have feelings for each other, and they can kind of they understand each other's insecurities, and they're super attracted to each other. And it's just so cute and so sweet. And this is a really short book. It's only 264 pages. So yeah, I'm really liking it. I think this is probably going to be a 4-star because it's not my favorite romance. The Love Hypothesis is my all-time favorite romance as of now. But it's really cute. I'm really enjoying it. So I'm thinking it's going to be a 4-star. I'm not going to be updating anymore tonight because my husband is going to have his friends over, and it's going to be kind of noisy in our apartment. So after I finish this, I'm going to start reading In a Holidays by Christina Lauren. And again, this book isn't very big either. It's just over 300 pages. So this is also probably going to be a really quick read. So I'm going to work on reading that tonight, and I will check in with you tomorrow and let you know what I think of the ending of Window Shopping, and then also what I think of the progress I've made in a Holidays. Hey everyone! Happy day 3 of Cozy-a-thon. Yeah, I didn't get much reading done last night because my husband and I had 3 of his friends over, and they were really noisy. We have a 2-bedroom apartment, and him and his friends hang out in the dining room, living room area, and I usually hang out in my bedroom to read and chill and whatnot. Well, at one point they were having a very long conversation that lasted for an hour and 40 minutes, and they were talking so loud. It was like they were in the room with me. And I can't focus to read when it's that noisy. So I did end up finishing Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really, really liked it. It was super cute. I only had 2 problems with it. The first was Aiden, who's our main male character. The way he talks about sexual relations between him and Stella is a little crass. Like, he's talking about how he wants to be emotionally and physically, like, connected to her, and he's thinking about marrying her, and she's just, like, so amazing, and he can't, like, he doesn't want anyone else, but yet he's kind of really crude in the way he talks about things he wants to do to Stella, like, in the bedroom. So I was just like, that's a little weird that you're gonna use that type of language when you're talking about the woman you love and you want to spend the rest of your life with. So I thought that was a little weird. But I guess maybe that happened because, like, there's this thing where he's like this really sweet, nice guy who wears a bow tie and is like super friendly and outgoing, but he's supposed to be like bad in the bedroom. So maybe that was the author's way of trying to make him seem bad, was by using crude language. I don't know. But that was a little off-putting for me. And then the second thing was he calls Stella sweetheart a lot. And for me, whenever I've gotten called sweetheart, it's always by like an older man, you know, like 20 plus years older, who, I don't know. It's weird. Like, for me, sweetheart is something like older men do. And I mean, he is a little bit older than Stella by like, I think like 5 or 6 years, but like my husband's 5 years older than me and he doesn't like call me sweetheart. So I didn't really like that, like, endearing name because it just sounds like something an older man would say. That's my thought on window shopping. And so then I had the cover off my book, but I read 78 pages of In a Holidays by Christina Lauren last night, and then before I got to sit down to film today, I read up to 111. So I got a little bit more done today right after I got off work. This I'm really liking. It's nothing amazing so far. It's cute. It's like a really quick read. I was actually hoping I was gonna get to like 150 or 200 like pages yesterday, but because I couldn't focus, I didn't get as far along. I still though think I could probably finish this tonight. So that's the plan, is to finish this tonight. And In a Holidays is about this girl named May, and every year, I believe it's the week of July 4th and the week of Christmas, her family and like these 2 other families get together at this cabin, and like they just spend the week together. And May accidentally kisses the brother of this guy that she likes. There's Theo and Andrew, and she's had a crush on Andrew since she was 13. But their parents have always kind of like shipped her and Theo together because they were born, I think, like 2 weeks apart and have been like very similar to each other. The parents like want them to get together. Well, she ends up accidentally, like, they get like kind of drunk off the eggnog and they end up making out in the mudroom. And Andrew like saw, and so she's like devastated and upset. And then they find out something sad. And so everyone's really upset. They're driving home, or I guess they're actually technically driving to the airport because they flew there. And they get into a car crash. Well, May wakes up and it's December 20th again, and everything and the week that she just lived through is repeating. And every time she like gets into an accident, she goes back to the 20th, and she's like trying to figure out what it is that she needs to do to get out of this time loop. So I believe I'm on her 4th like time loop so far, and it's enjoyable. It's just like not amazing or anything. And there's also like really her and Andrew are kind of being a little flirty with each other, so there's a little flirting going on. But that's about it right now. I don't know how I feel about this book yet. Right now I'm feeling 3 stars, but I guess we'll see how it progresses, because I'm 111 pages in and I think there's like 300, so I'm like 30% of the way through. So we'll see what happens. But also, I was also waiting to film because I was having a package delivered today, and I was waiting for it to arrive so I could open it on camera. I like to go on and enter giveaways on Goodreads, and I actually ended up winning one from Random House. So this got delivered today, which is kind of exciting. And I believe it's a romance book. Okay. All right. So I got It Happened One Midnight by Sarana DeWild. And it says this is a advanced reader's edition. This book goes on sale December 28th of this year. And it's a between the chapters pick. On the back, though, it says January 2022. I'm not sure. It either comes out December 28th or it comes out in January of 2022. But this is the third installment of the charming, sexy, and highly praised Fairy Godmother Inc. series. And in this one, it finds Ever After Missouri's resident fairy godmothers Petunia, Jonquil, and Bluebonnet doing their best to restore their hometown's deep well of enchantment by conjuring true love, one happy couple at a time. And this time, their sights are set on their own goddaughter, a romance novelist whose fib about a fake engagement is about to become a friends to lovers story worthy of the bestseller lists. So that sounds really cute. I do love friends to lovers because I just think you should marry your best friend. Like, that's just my personal opinion. That's what I did, and I am thoroughly happy. So I love friends to lovers. So this sounds really good. I haven't read any of the other books in this series. If you have, let me know if I should read them. I won't be able to get this read before it is released because I have too many books to read. And I'm actually going to be starting, I'm going to be building a TBR, each month. Right now, I don't really do TBRs unless it's for, a readathon. But next year, I'm actually going to be doing TBR videos, and I'm going to be, creating them on, during the video. And I'll have an announcement and everything coming. But one of my, jars that I'm going to be picks from is going to be, books I've won or have been sent by authors. So this is just going to go into that jar, and we'll wait until I pull it and then read it then. So tomorrow starts the Merry and Bright Readathon, which is going to be the 9th through the 15th. And there's an Instagram prompt for each day. So I need to make my Instagram post. And that is I think the first day of Bright and Merry, we're supposed to post a picture of our TBR list. So that's what I'm going to go and do now. I've seen those cool little pre-made pictures that you can then put the book covers onto. So I'm going to see if I can find one of those and maybe have a Christmassy theme or something so that I can put all the books on there and then put it on my Instagram tomorrow. I guess I will check in with you tomorrow and let you know if I finish this and or how far I get, and then the next book I pick up. I also won't be able to read that much tomorrow because I have work, then I have a chiropractor appointment, and then my husband and I go grocery shopping. Yeah, I won't be doing much reading tomorrow, sadly. But that's okay because next week, or starting Friday, I have an entire week off because I'm taking off work so that I can do a staycation, so I can just relax and read. And I need to switch out my wardrobes because right now all my spring summer clothes are in my closet, and I need to switch it for my winter clothing. And then I have some stuff around my apartment that I need to get to that I just don't, because basically all I do is work and read. So I'm I don't have time to be doing other things. But if I take a week off, I don't have an excuse because I don't have work. I just have reading. So yes. I'm also going to try to maybe read some anime, or watch some anime next week because I haven't watched that much anime in a while. I did watch Day Day Live. I think I got up to episode 9 or something, which I need to finish because I think there's 12 episodes or something, 12 or 13 episodes. So I need to finish watching that. And I still need to finish watching the new Fruits Basket series because I watched the original one and read the manga, but I haven't watched the new one. I think I got 4 or 5 episodes in, and it was exactly like the manga and the previous anime series. So I'm I've already seen this. And then I'm going to be having a anime haul coming in soon because Right Stuffed Anime, I'm going to tell y'all now so that you can get in on this. If you're into anime, Right Stuffed Anime has huge, I mean huge sales all of December. All of it. Every day they have like a mega deal. They do like bundles. One of the things I got is the sets 1 through 3 of Utena, Revolutionary Girl Utena. And it was a really great deal for all 3 sets of the complete series. Which was, I was like, yes, that is mine. So like everything's on sale on their website right now. And like every year, I don't really buy that much anime anymore, except during December, because it is so good. So yes, go and check out Right Stuff Anime if you're an anime fan and you want to get some good deals. I'm gonna go now. Okay.
Oh, hell yes.
Alright, so I am currently joining in on the reading sprints that Lexi and Gavin are doing, and part of the Cozy-a-thon like reading prompts was to read by the fire. So here is my fire. Happy day 6 of Cozy-a-thon and day 3 of Merry and Bright. I didn't film any at all on Thursday because I was super busy, and then by the time I got home and was able to relax, I just crawled into bed and like read. And then you'll have seen some clips. I went and joined Lexi and Gavin's reading sprints last night, and I read a little bit of Displaced by Bridget E. Baker, which wasn't on my TBR list. It was just a book that I've started reading earlier this year, and I'm trying to like finish it. So I like read a chapter or 2 in that during the reading sprint, and that was a lot of fun. But since I last updated you, I have actually finished In a Holidays by Christina Lauren, and I ended up giving this a 3 out of 5 stars. In my opinion, it wasn't really that good, and parts of it annoyed me, which made it so that I didn't enjoy it as much. Like, there's romance in it, but I wouldn't say like it's a super romantic story. And it's friends to lovers, which I normally really, really like, and I'm always like rooting for the friend. I don't know. I'm gonna put spoiler up here because I want to rant a little bit. As long as the spoiler warning is there and you don't want to hear, don't listen. I was very disappointed with the whole, like, the big, what's it called, like, the misunderstanding or the pivotal point that, like, makes it so it's like, oh, are the two characters gonna get together? Like, is Andrew and May going to get together or not because of this thing that he's now mad at her about? And it's just like, he's mad because she kissed Theo. He didn't know that she had a thing for him at that point. It wasn't like they had ever dated. It wasn't like they were on a break. They had never confessed before. Like, her whole family thought that her and Theo were gonna get together because they're a few weeks apart and they've been like really close their whole lives. You know, with that kind of pressure, you would think, well, maybe my family's right. Maybe I should give it a try. I mean, granted, she's drunk. They're both drunk when they make out, but it's still like one of those things, like, you gotta try it to know if it's gonna work or not. And then she even tells Andrew, she goes, I didn't like it. It was a mistake. I didn't enjoy it. I'm not into him. I was drunk. And, you know, there's kind of like that pressure. But Andrew was mad at her not just because she kissed his brother when she liked him, but because she didn't confess to him sooner. But earlier in the book, he made a comment that, oh, I don't know how to respond to this because I never thought that we could be a thing. Like, everyone always assumed you and Theo would be together. So he didn't confess either. He had feelings. He, like, tells her some things that he was thinking about and never did anything about it. So, like, him getting mad at her is completely stupid and petty, and it, like, really annoyed me. Really annoyed me. So I think that was, like, my main issue with this book, is, like, their big fight, their big, like, oh no, which is really petty. So, yeah. That's why I got a 3 out of 5 stars. And now I'm currently reading A Princess for Christmas by Jenny Holiday. And this is really, really cute. I'm really liking it. I'm 68% of the way through, so I'm definitely going to be able to finish it tonight because it says like I have an hour and 55 minutes left. I'll be able to get it done like super quick. And I'm really liking it. It's about this guy, Leo, who is a cab driver, and both of his parents died in a car crash, and he now has to take care of his little sister. He ends up picking up Marie, who is the princess of Eldovia, and like taking her to this yacht party that she needed to get to. And then she offers to give him like $5,000 a day to chauffeur her around for the rest of the trip. And they kind of end up hanging out and doing things together. And then she ends up inviting him and his sister over to Eldovia for Christmas. And I'm getting to like the schmutty part now. So it's just really, really cute. I'm really liking it. And I think both Leo and Marie are really good characters. So I'm thinking this is going to be like a 4-star because I'm really liking it. But I'm going to go and finish this and then I will check in after I'm done. Hey everyone, and happy Monday. Yesterday was the last day of Cozy-a-thon. And today is the 5th day of Merry and Bright. I ended up not filming yesterday because I was just like, read. I did finish A Princess for Christmas. It was either late Saturday late Saturday night or early Sunday morning. I finished reading that and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really liked it. It was really romantic. I really liked all the characters. And it was a sweet, cute, like smutty Hallmark movie type book. So yeah, I really like that. It was really good. And there's actually a sequel to it now called Duke Actually. And I've heard that you need to read A Princess for Christmas before you read Duke Actually. And then I started reading One Day in December right after I finished A Princess for Christmas, and I ended up finishing One Day in December this morning at like 3 a.m. It's a 485 page book, and I got it done. So I really liked it. And I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars too. I really, really like the writing. And it's one of those stories where it's like, sometimes the people or person you're meant to be with, you guys aren't in the right place at the right time. Like, I've read quite a few stories where it's like, oh, you meet the person, but like you're both in relationships. And then when one of you are out of a relationship, the other person's still. And then once you get into a relationship, then the other person isn't. Or there's just one of those things where it's like, we're not supposed to be together yet. We need to learn things first, I guess. I know I was watching one booktuber and she goes, it wasn't for me. It's basically a book about cheating. And it's just like, no, it's not a book about cheating. Because this girl, Lori, sees this guy sitting on this like bus stop bench reading a book. And she's like entranced by him. And she tries to get his attention, and she does, and she like kind of like is like, come on, get on the bus. And he goes to get on the bus, and the bus pulls away and leaves. Well, she looks for this guy then for almost a year. And her best friend, who's also her roommate, knows about this guy that she's looking for. He's called Busboy. And they've both been trying to find him for her. Well, Sarah gets a new boyfriend. And she's super excited for him to meet Lori because she thinks they're going to be the best of friends. And she can't wait. And lo and behold, Sarah is now dating Busboy. So, of course, Lori is like, I can't tell my best friend that the love, air quotes, the love of her life, the man she wants to marry, is Busboy. So she doesn't say anything, and Jack is like, oh, this is the girl from the bus. Like, it's Sarah's best friend. I can't say anything. So they're kind of like in this weird position where he does like Sarah, and I don't know if he's necessarily in love with her at this point, but he does like her, but he also likes Lori. So they both kind of like suppress their feelings for each other, like silently, and they do admittedly kiss. I think they kiss twice. I think they kiss twice. But both times it's not like making out. It's just like a quick kiss and then it's just like, we can't do this, and then they leave. Technically, yes, they cheated, but they didn't make out. They weren't like sneaking behind, their significant other's backs and doing like salacious things or like having sex with each other. Like, they kissed twice, and both times they're like, they feel guilty and terrible, and they're like, this can't happen. We're not those type of people. But yeah, it's like, it spans over 10 years, and it covers these two people, like, basically pining for each other and not being able to be with each other because they don't want to hurt other people, type of thing. Which, I mean, in the long run, could have hurt those people, but then they might not have actually met the people that they were supposed to be with if they hadn't. been with the other people. Because, like, Sarah meets her significant other that she ends up marrying and having a baby with through something that happens to Jack. And then Lori ends up getting married to this guy. And things probably would have been fine between them, but he ended up being, like, a high-profile banker and wanted her to move to Brussels and, like, leave her whole family. And it was just, like, not what she wanted in life. And I feel like Lori and, the guy that she ends up marrying, they didn't communicate enough before they got married. They didn't, like, sit down. They didn't want to say, like, these are my expectations. This is what I want. This is what I'm looking for in marriage. It was more like, oh, we love each other. We love being with each other, so let's get married. And it's just like, you have to communicate. You have to be on the same page about things. You can't just marry someone because you love them or you're attracted to them. There's got to be more there, because this is like a lifelong commitment. So you need to make sure you're on the same page about things. And they didn't make sure that they were on the same page about things before they got married. They're also from very different, like, social circles. Like, the guy that she ends up marrying is, like, super, like, wealthy and is a high-scale banker. And, you know, he has to be gone a lot, work crazy hours. Whereas Lori is more of, I'd say she's probably around, like, middle class, because her family lives out in, like, what her husband considers the, like, boonies. She is a writer for a magazine, and she doesn't make that much money, but she makes enough to get by and different stuff like that. So yeah, it's just, they didn't understand each other's lifestyles, and they didn't communicate enough. But yeah, it was still really good. I still really liked it. I got almost, like, teary-eyed and almost cried at certain parts, but it didn't quite get me there. But yeah, I am now going to read Whisper by C.K. Brooke, and this is like a period, it sounds like almost like a fantasy romance set around Christmas time. I just really love the cover. The cover is gorgeous, so I wanted to give it a try and read it. This I will definitely be able to finish today because it's like 196 pages, so I'll be done with it like super quick. And then I'm gonna read Nicholas Claus' Ghost from Christmas Past, and that's 399 pages. I might be able to get it done, but I might also get like halfway through and then have to finish the other half tomorrow. We'll see what happens. But I think I'm gonna get all 7 books that I had for my 2 readathons done. Because for Cozy-a-thon, I did finish all 4 books. I technically finished the 4th book 3 hours after Cozy-a-thon ended, but I still have read, like, today's Monday, all of the books that I wanted to read for Cozy-a-thon are done. I did it. So yeah, I'll check in with you later after I read a little bit of Whisper. Hey everyone, it is a little after 5 p.m. and I have finished reading Whisper by C.K. Brooke, and I give this a 4 out of 5 stars. It was really enjoyable. It doesn't close everything out, unfortunately, because I didn't realize this is the first of a series. This one came out in 2020, and like, the cover and the title is at the end of the ebook, but when you go on Goodreads or Amazon or whatever, they don't have a release date or anything for the 2nd book. So I don't know what's going on with that, because I want to read the next book and find out what's going on. So this is a dark fantasy romance that takes place during, like, Christmas. It starts off as very much like a fairy tale with the main girl, Kestrel, following these will-o'-the-wisps through the forest to, like, kind of like this magical kingdom where there's this prince, and he tells her that she's to be his queen, and that if she marries him, that she'll live for eternity, and he'll take care of her, and yada yada yada. And so she keeps on leaving and coming back, and, like, she's not sure if she really wants to agree to it because she doesn't know him, and he's kind of being really vague with, like, details about why he rules the kingdom, what the kingdom is, like, why there aren't any subjects, why things are, like, all crumbled and old, but then, like, being built anew, and she has her concern. At the same time, there's someone that she just start liking in, like, the real world, and it was really cute, it was really sweet. It kind of leaves with us not knowing what's really going on. I need the next book, please. Please. So I really enjoyed it, but it annoys me when, like, there's kind of like a cliffhanger. I mean, it's not a cliffhanger, but it is, because we still don't know what's going on with this other world, and I want to know. But yeah, I'm gonna say it's a dark fantasy because it is very dark. It takes like a big dark turn that I wasn't necessarily expecting. So now I'm going to read my daily chapter in Shadow of Night by Deborah Harkness because I think I have 16 chapters left to finish the book. So I'm reading a chapter a night because I like the characters, I like the ideas, but the writing is just so dry. I can't get past it, but I want to know what happened, so I'm going to read a chapter a night because that's not going to completely drain me. And then I'm going to start reading Nicholas Claw's Ghost of Christmas Past by Kelly Creog. I don't think I'm going to be able to finish it today. I'm hoping I'll get like halfway or a little over halfway done. That way I can finish it tomorrow, and then I can read Our Violent Ends and have that done by Wednesday night because I have two books left of my TBR list to read, and I have 2 more days. I have Tuesday and Wednesday and the rest of this evening. I think I can do it. I might even be able to get another book in. We'll see what happens. Because I know Thursday and Friday is going to be like my chores day, so I'm going to have to do like all of the stuff I normally don't do during like the week when I'm working and stuff because I just don't feel like it. So I'm like, oh, well, I have a whole week off to do nothing but read. So I'm also going to get some chores and stuff done that my husband's been wanting me to do, and I just haven't. Because I'm like, I'm tired. I don't feel like it. So yeah, I'm going to go and do that, and I will check back in with you later. Hey everyone, it is the end of the Marian Bright Readathon. So I did pretty well. Last time I checked in with you all, I believe I was starting Nicholas Claw's and the Ghost of Christmas Past. I did finish that and I gave it a 3 out of 5. I was kind of torn because the writing was good, the ideas were good, but I felt like there was too much going on. Like there was a lot happening in the story. So we have Nicholas, who's the son of Santa Claus, and his best friend Whit. Well, there's also like this AI that kind of like controls and monitors everything going on at the North Pole, and so we have this whole thing of has the AI gone rogue, and then Whit we find out he's not actually an elf, he's something else, and he's actually like this prince of another race. His fiance is going to be coming for him, but it was all connected to like the stuff that happened in the past, and there was just so much going on. Like I can't really even like really tell you what it's about without giving you spoilers because there's just so many plot points. So many. And then not only that, but it's listed as just like a book where it clearly was written to be a series because it like ends on kind of like a cliffhanger. So like that's also disappointing because I don't know if there's going to be another book or not. So yes, while it was enjoyable and if it was continuing, I would read it more. I'm kind of sad that I did read it since there's no talk of a second book yet. And then I started to read Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, and I got to page 54. So I started to read this, and I was just like, I'm just not in the mood. I don't want to read this. Not in the mood at all. And then I was like, well, what do I want to read? Which, by the way, I had 6 books on my Marian Bright TBR, and I finished 5 out of the 6. And then I also had one additional one for the Cozy-a-thon. So I finished all but one of the books that was on my TBR this week. But on Wednesday, I ended up going, you know what? I don't feel like reading my TBR. I'm just going to do what I want. So I ended up watching like almost all of Wotokoi Love is Hard for Otaku. Then I read all 7 volumes of Utena. So, Revelation of Girl Utena has 5 volumes, and then there's the Adolescence of Utena, and then After the Revolution. So I went and read all of those. Then I also watched some of Day Day Live 2. Actually, I think I finished watching Day Day Live 2. So I just basically nerded out on Wednesday, and that was my day. And I'm completely fine with that. I'm good with that. Which I have been getting more into like a manga and anime mood. For whatever reason, December makes me want to watch more anime. So I do have an anime haul coming, which is exciting because I haven't had one of those for like a year because I really don't buy anime throughout the year. It's just in December when there's such good sales. I'm like, take all my money. This is the month to take my money. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and also hit that subscribe button down below. And I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye!